Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Caller, and today we have a very interesting video. Now, let me tell you, this all started when I first saw this one image of this like three-headed type of creature or something like that. I didn't know what it was, or I asked some of my viewers what it was, and they said it was one of the new balance spells from one of the new packs, which, quite frankly, I really don't keep up with Wizard101 and how many packs they pump out like every single day, but apparently this pack does have some spells. However, the way to get these spells is a little tricky, and it's just overall something I don't personally go with. I don't agree with this tradition of putting spells in packs, and that's what we're just going to talk about. We're just going to talk about that. So first off, I wanted to show you guys the spell I was actually talking about. If we go to my display capture, or at least one of them, I wanted to show you guys this this spell, and for some reason this spell is obviously locked behind a paywall. So yeah, here we go. This is what it is. And let me tell you, the animation for it is really cool. We're just going to watch it right here. This is a really cool animation. I did some research, and this is what this is so cool. Watch this. You can't tell me that's tough, bro. That's tough. Like, you can't tell me that spell ain't tough, bro. Let's see him cast it again. That's going to be on the other element. This whole spell is gnarly. Like, this spell is tough. So it's going to do, like, the death one now. This is the one I saw. It scared me. I was like, what was that? So I saw that during my whole Lore Master farming. So now we can basically discuss of, you know, what it actually is and, you know, is it worth getting? But I want to tell you guys just something I'm not a big fan of. I am not a big fan of spells being in packs. Alright, now, here's the thing. The only way to get this spell, from what I've done on the research, apparently this is actually a Spellment pack, right? So this is a Celestian Spellmental pack, right? It's just the regular Spellmental pack. Now, the only way to actually get these spells is if you get enough Spellment, which I think is like, I don't know, I think it's like 30 for like the first version. But if you get enough Spellments, you would basically have access to that spell once you upgrade it to the first tier. Now, here's the thing. There's about like 4 cards or 4 things you can get from the spell pack. Oh my goodness. And I don't know. I'm just like really frustrated because I really don't want this tradition of having spells be in packs just become this, you know, basic tradition. This shouldn't be anything traditional. This shouldn't even be a practice. This is just kind of gross, honestly, because my girlfriend, you know, my balance wizard, you know, she's always said she wanted something on the same level as Spectral Blast, because if you don't know, Spectral Blast is pretty much a similar spell, but it's basically an elemental blast where it can do storm, fire, and ice damage. You know, some balance wizards use it, but my girlfriend always wanted a spirit version of this, which I think would honestly be pretty cool if there was like a spirit version of this. And then the second we were talking about that is when they come out with this pack. I'm not sure when this pack came out, but there it is. That's Spirit Blast. Like, that, what we saw was Spirit Blast. So that spell, it only costs 4 pips too, and primarily it is actually kind of stronger when you think about it. Stronger than Spectral Blast. So what it does is it does life, myth, and death damage, so it can do either or. Now, I don't like this. I don't like the fact how this is something that's a lore spell, but there's not much lore to it. Whatever happened to spells having a little creative side? You know, like, I remember getting my Forest Lord. Like, I still remember this when I was a kid. Getting my Forest Lord. It was like the hardest quest ever. Whatchamacallit. But, you know, you get this spell. You know, you do these spell quests. And, like, I've been using Forest Lord to this day. Like, ever since Celestia came out, I've been using Forest Lord for so long now. It's probably one of my favorite life spells. Probably only one of the AoEs that I can actually have. But whatever happened to spells just being in a quest. You know, what happened in the side quest spells like Guardian Spirit? Some life wizards don't have this, some death wizards don't have bad juju, and those were all side quest spells that some people may have missed. Some fire wizards don't have backdraft, and you know, some storm wizards don't even have supercharge. Those are all side quest spells. Like, at least it gives you the option though. It gives you the option to do that quest, battle this very solo hard enemy, right? And then you would get this. Now, here's what I don't like. I don't like the fact how these spells don't have any lore behind them. That's one of my main concerns. I just feel like they're just kind of making all the spells that people really want, like the life AoE hit that I can never get. They're just making these spells. There's no lore behind them. Like, whatever happened to the whole creative side of spells? So, like, we can go back to that video about the spiritual tribunal. We can go back to that, and I wanted to show you guys that this would be a pretty cool spell quest. Like, imagine this as a spell quest. So you're going back to Celestia, an ancient mechanical device, or the prophecy or something like that, right? You go back to Celestia, and you're discovering the spell's kind of lore, the story behind it, and in the end game, you're battling this three-headed type of beast, right? You're fighting this three-headed type of monster, and this is a solo quest for Balance Wizard, and it can use all these attacks and stuff like that, even this own spell. That would be such a cool boss battle. You know, just going back to Celestia, finding this underground relic, and once you have harnessed its power, you may then obtain its spell after you talk to your Balance Professor. That would be nuts. Okay, that would actually be super cool if that happened. That would be cool. Like, tell me you wouldn't do that. Like, I would do that. I would definitely do that. I mean, I think a lot of people would. But that main thing, though, about not being able to obtain these spells, it's kind of heartbreaking because my girlfriend really wanted this spell. And so the fact how you can only get them out of the pack, let alone through the spell mints, is really just sickening to me. I feel like that's not really what Wizard101 is about, you know? They advertise this game so that, you know, you, and I mentioned this in my Lore Master video, that, which we will also talk about Lore Master, but, you know, they kind of advertise it as you, a young wizard, and it's all about magic. You want to learn all these spells, you know, that's kind of the whole point of Wizard101. You want to expand your spell book, but the fact how some of these are only in packs, it's just concerning to me. I really hope this is not a practice that is, like, I really just hope this isn't something that just keeps happening. You know, everybody wants the spells, but at the same cost, you know, how many crowns are you going to spend? You know, what if you don't get the exact spell mints that you actually require? You know, it's all about luck, and it's really all about gambling, and honestly, I'm just not a big fan of that. Now, you know, another thing I don't like is the whole spellmint thing. I don't like how you get the main base rarity of the spells, and then if you want to upgrade it even more, you're going to have to get way more spellmints. So I really don't like that. Now, here's the difference with the caramel spells. You can actually get them as drops, and I think I'm pretty much close. I'm 33 out of 115 with my Grenadier, right? You know, and I leveled it up to this tier path. I want more damage with it. Overall, though, I love the new caramel spells just for that fact how you can actually obtain the spellments. Maybe I would increase the loot drop or increase the rarity of them, something like that, or at least get more of them is what I would say. I usually get like 1 or 2 per match, but, you know, fun thing is, you can get it. It's obtainable. Now, here's the problem. When they add these, or if, I should say if, okay? Now, if they do, and this is the problem, if they do add these spells to Lore Master, this is actually kind of bad, because then that will expand the loot pool even more, thus making it harder for pretty much anybody to farm Lore Master. And so here's another thing I don't like about Lore Master farming, is that when you're farming Lore Master, you are going to be sitting there for hours, you're going to be sitting there for weeks, and then, you know, you get all happy because you see a spell pop up, but guess what guess what spells I've gotten? I've gotten Lore Master herself. I got the Lore Master spell. I got this ice spell. Like, what the heck is this ice spell? I got Winter Moon. I don't even know where I got that from. I got Ninja Pig. I got Keeper of the Flame. I don't even know how I got that. I got Ninja Pigs. I got Grendel's Amends. But I just got, like, I got all these spells, man. I just want my life AoE. And that's the thing I don't like about Lore Master farming, is that when you're farming, not only are the drop rates for actual spells the tiniest as they can be, but it is the most tedious grind fest I think I've ever done in this game. It is so tedious because guess what? At the end of the day, you don't know what spells you're going to get. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get the spell that you want, you know? If they do add these spells to Lore Master, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get those spells. We also have to take in consideration that not everybody is a wizhead. Not everybody plays Wizard101 24/7 on a daily basis. So people might not even farm Lore Master to begin with. I know from my friends, like Nicole, I know she's not ever going to get this spell. Just because of that requirement it takes to get it is just really extreme. And even if you could craft it, you need the treasure cards, and the treasure cards are hard to get, and then you have to go talk to everybody to see who has a treasure card, and then you gotta trade them something like a Pigsy treasure card, yada 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 yada. It's just too much work. What happened to side quests, or what happened to just implementing quests that basically give you the story behind the spell, or, you know, just a quest in general? I think it would have been really cool for this one spell if you could, like, go back to Celestia, and like I said, you find this, like, underground relic that has awoken, and it's up to you as the balance wizard to, you know, take it down, and once you have harnessed its power or something like that, you get that spell. I think that would be really dope, man. I think that would be really cool, but I don't know, man. I'm just like, it's okay to criticize this game. I play it all the time. I'm very passionate about this game, and I'm just really sad she can't hit. I'm actually really bummed out she can't get that spell. I showed her the spell. Oh, you should have seen her reaction. She was like, wow! It was really cool. It was pure, but, you know, you can't get that spell, and it's, I don't know, it's just sad to me, honestly, that you can't get these spells. There's not, like, a more flexible way of getting it. The only way I, like, can see King Isol, like, making this a little bit better is if they increase the drop rate for Lore Master, maybe at least, like, every 50 runs you at least get one spell drop. But I've heard people, every time I go to Lore Master, everybody's always, you know, kind of just really sad and just bummed out. Like, I feel like nobody is happy farming Lore Master. I don't think anybody is. It's just, they make it so tedious. And if this keeps up with spells and the spellment packs and, you know, spells only being available in packs, I feel like this is going to push more people away from the game. I mean, I don't know. I just, whenever I play anything else, I feel so much joy. But at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. What do you guys think about this new Celestia pack? Let me know if you are personally trying to get these spells. I highly wouldn't recommend it. Please, just save your crown. Just please save your money for something a little bit better. Just please don't do this. I don't support spells being in packs. I just can't support that. That's just something I just can't do that. But let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Peace out.